To teach from the topic today, apply pressure. Put this in your notes if you don't mind. Applying pressure, take really good notes. Applying pressure is a colloquial phrase that means to put your best effort, attention, and devotion into a plan, place, or person. Take really good notes today. So when we say apply pressure, what do we mean, PMJ? It's right there. Applying pressure is a colloquial phrase that means to put forth your best effort, your best attention, and your best devotion into a plan, place, or person. I could have did the benediction right there. Because 3 of y'all know what it's like to put your best effort, or 3 of you know what it's like to put maximum effort into minimal people. To put maximum attention into minimal situations. I'm gonna say this and maybe you can post it if you want. I am done majoring in the minors and minoring in the majors. If it's gonna get my attention this year, it gotta be about something. That's for 3 of y'all who people keep saying, I told you what was going on with me. You didn't even act concerned. I wasn't acting. I wasn't. Because I've discovered this is your cycle. You like being needy. You like being the center of attention. This year right here, I am applying pressure. When you hear the phrase apply pressure, most times it equates to a romantic situation. All my ladies feel this. You say stuff like, if he really want me, then he need to what? Apply some pressure. Now, based off of who you are, that means 1 or 2 things. Applying pressure for some of you simply means call me, text me, let me know you thinking about me, send me some flowers, take me to Red Lobster, apply some, because if you really want me, apply pressure. What I've discovered is the people who understand their value understand what type of pressure needs to be applied. And I came today to treat you how you've been treating people, with the message from my supervisor to tell you all this screaming, praising, and praying you're doing, but you going home and ain't doing nothing. God said, if you really want it, apply some pressure. If you really believe in God, this gonna be your strongest year yet. Apply some pressure. Applying pressure, put this in your notes, can also mean to overcome obstacles and excel at a task through brute willpower. This can sometimes come at the expense of loss of sleep, loss of friendships, and no free time. I'm preaching to myself today. When you apply pressure, it can mean overcoming obstacles and excelling at a task. This one line messed me up. With brute willpower. Michael, willpower. That means you ain't got the physical strength to do it, but something in your spirit is willing you to get out the bed. That's just for 3 of y'all who the last couple weeks getting out of bed to go to that job that's driving you crazy. It takes all the willpower you got. Hear me, but this sometimes came at the expense, listen closely, of the loss of sleep, the loss of friendships, and less free time. I'm applying pressure. That means there are certain people who gonna use phrases like you acting funny. You don't come around no more. I'm applying pressure. I don't have time to sit around and talk about yesterday. I'm too focused on tomorrow. I'm applying pressure. Research has shown that people who apply pressure on themselves tend to perform better than those who do not. People who apply pressure on themselves tend to perform better than those who do not. Please put this in your notes. Somebody put it in the comments for me. Self-imposed pressure can lead to increased motivation and focus that improves our productivity. Michael, self-imposed pressure can lead to increased motivation and focus that improves productivity. Applying pressure looks like insanity to the untrained eye. Put this in your notes. It's not on the screen. I want you to put inspiration. Then I want you to put dash motivation. Michael. Inspiration, motivation. I am inspired by something I see on the outside. I am motivated by something pushing me on the inside. So applying pressure looks like insanity to the untrained eye. Why, Pastor Mike? Because there are 2 or 3 people in this room today and watching me online that you don't need people applying pressure on you. You finna apply some self-imposed pressure on yourself. I'm only preaching to 3 of y'all who lately you've been frustrated because where you are is not where you know God wants you to be. That's why people think you aggravated. Some of y'all got labeled mean, and people don't even realize you got one of the biggest hearts people will ever see. But sometimes I come off mean because I have these spurts where I start thinking about all the stuff I lost and all the dumb stuff I did and the time that I wasted. Then I get anxiety because I feel like if I made all them mistakes then, do I have enough time to fix it later? So then I get in a rush and get in a hurry and get irritated. But God said, I ain't got to act funny with nobody. I don't even have to explain myself. This year right here, it's an inside job. That if don't nobody tell me I can make it, I've learned how to encourage. Y'all got to pray for me. I'm on tour, right? So I've been in all these cities, and I never thought another city would like me. I'm Birmingham, blue and true. So in my head, ain't no city like Birmingham. I go to Nashville, people like me. Go to this city, people like me. But it's something crazy happening. Every city I go to, I just walk out. Then out of nowhere, you just hear all these people say, Michael. Michael. I went in a restaurant, the cashier, Michael. Then one brother said, hey, I gotta ask you a question. Why you just be saying your name like that? I said I was in a pandemic and didn't have no members. I was used to my members telling me to preach. Then I realized I didn't have nobody to tell me to preach. So mid-sermon, I had to encourage Michael myself. Now they told me, all my psychologists, future psychologists, they said it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself. Forget that, I'm applying pressure this year. I'm gonna be like, you better get it. I'm about to get it. What you waiting on? I ain't waiting on nothing. So you better get this money. I'm getting the money if you let me get the... And my friend gonna be like, I think they crazy. I am crazy. I can't waste another year like last year. You ought to jump up and high five both of y'all and shout, you better get it, you better. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, I don't even need a praise partner. I'm crazy enough to praise God all by myself. I'm crazy. How do you know you crazy? Because your praise is crazy. You be sitting there like, when I look back over my life and think things over, all of my good days, sure do. Outweigh your bad days, sure do. And I sure won't complain. You ought to jump up, sit down, and shout, apply pressure. Go get another degree. Apply pressure. Go get all the money God got for you. Apply pressure. Yeah. Apply pressure. Pressure. Am I doing all right? Pressure can burst a pipe, or pressure can make a dime. Boy, you better help me preach that thing, boy. And this is why people can't figure you out. Because if they was under the same amount of pressure you were under, they would have been exploded. That's why you walk different than everybody else around you. It's not because you arrogant. Baby, I had enough pressure on me that should have broke me, but God made me a... Hear me? Pressure, self-imposed pressure. Can you put that in your notes? Self-imposed pressure. Self-imposed pressure is different from peer pressure. It leads to increased motivation, focus, here it is, that improves, Michael, productivity. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't know who's gonna receive this. Y'all might not even have church in here. It's cool. Y'all should have never let me go on tour. I got a whole virtual church that like me now. I don't even got to preach to y'all no more. I mean, my virtual church. This for us, forget all them, okay? I speak by faith that this is going to be the strongest productive year of your life. It ain't because I'm worried about if I'm a fail. See, watch this. I am done. God has delivered me from the fear of failure because of what people who failing gonna think about me. Why you up at night stressing because you don't want to look bad in front of people who ain't doing nothing? Watch this. For all my LeBron haters who always say LeBron ain't one of the GOATs, let me free you real quickly. LeBron ain't the GOAT because he went to the finals and he lost. It's people hating on him because he lost at a high level who can't even get to the level he at. I'm preaching to y'all. This ain't about your haters. This ain't about your enemies. This ain't about your ugly cousin. This ain't about your mean family members. I owe myself a whole nother level of effort. 2024 is personal. Am I preaching to anybody in here? This year is personal. I owe myself another level of focus. How much more could I have done if I was locked in? How much more could I succeed if I did what I was supposed to do? I don't need a whole lot of people. I just need one person who will be in my ear, who'll be like, you said you was gonna get it. See, you got too many friends. That's your problem right there. Who pacifying you when you don't accomplish what God said you was gonna do. I just need one friend who gonna hold me accountable. I need one friend that when we get to Applebee's today, and I'm like, well, I want the sampler. Yeah, I want the I want the salad. I want the salad. Yes, because remember, you know we going to the beach in July, and if we gonna go to the beach, go on lock in, because I ain't finna go to the beach, then hear you for 3 days talking about something, well, I can't wait, no, what you gonna do? I need somebody who gonna say, now you said you weren't going back to them, you said it was over, you said it was over, you forgot your location was on, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You left your location on. I need one friend who gonna pull up outside. Come outside. No, that ain't nothing but a cycle. You doing too much. You ain't doing enough. Somebody shout pressure. But it's critical. My challenge, my pastoral challenge to my church, and when I say my church, I don't say that possessively, I say that protectively. My pastoral challenge to you this year is to shift you from handling pressure to applying pressure. It's critical, ain't it? Handling pressure to applying pressure. Wow. And in Mark chapter 10, I see the story of Bartimaeus. You missed it? Look at 10:46. Then they reached Jericho, and as Jesus and his disciples left town, a large crowd followed him. A blind beggar. Are you taking notes? Act like it. Put your head down. Act like you're taking notes. Make me feel good. Make me feel, seriously. Everybody act like you're taking notes, okay? Wait, stop. Look at me. Let's practice, okay? Because, no, we got to practice, okay? Put this in your notes. There, look at God, right there. Right there. Let's try it again, okay? Mark chapter 10, they reached Jericho, and as Jesus and his disciples left town, a large crowd followed him. Now, put this in your notes. There it is. Put it in your notes, Xander. Check your notes when we get home, okay? I want you to underline blind beggar. Oh my God. Blind beggar. I need you to underline that. Now, I need you to put a pen in it because in 12 minutes I'm going to preach it. But you can't forget it. I preach in a hermeneutical loop. Meaning that if you miss this part, you'll miss the end part, it won't make sense. I need you to remember he's a blind beggar, okay? Remember he's a what? What's his name? Bartimaeus. What's his adjective? I'm finna run. What's his name? What's his adjective? Ain't it crazy how every time people describe you, they gotta remind people of your deficiency? If the only way you can describe me is by telling people what my issue is, that shows me that we really not what I thought we. Put this in your notes. In the New Testament, you're known for your issue. In the Old Testament, you're known for your gift. That's crazy. Joseph is in jail in the Old Testament. Joseph is in jail, and the scripture says, listen closely, he's in jail with a cupbearer and a baker. That's good. It does not tell me what his issue is. It don't say he in jail with a murderer and a thief. It says he's in jail with a cupbearer, Michael, and a baker. I'm finna run. Because they were trying to let you know you can be gifted and still be trapped. That's why y'all don't want to have church with me right there, because half the church in the witness protection program, and you put on your Sunday clothes and you come in here like you got it all together, and you think just because you anointed that exempts you from some trouble. But it's two of us who can be like, forget all y'all, I'm gifted and twisted at sometimes. I'm anointed, but if you catch me on the wrong day, I can be a hot mess. Am I preaching to anybody? Being anointed, being gifted, and being favored don't exempt you from trials. As anointed as I am, I wrestle with anxiety. As anointed as I am, even on tour, I find moments where I have to talk myself out of closing up because I'm not really a crowd person. Those who know me will tell you I'm very introverted. It's almost like two people. Pastor Mike is extroverted, but Michael is very introverted. One of my doctors said it's a word called ambivert. He says you're more of an ambivert. It's almost like when you own, but when you off, you off. And I got a level of insecurity at times. That's why every night before I perform, I almost have a nervous breakdown, because in my head I'm like, does anybody know me? Does anybody know the songs? Are they gonna walk out on me? Is it gonna go well? Then out of nowhere, do. And a peace come over me, but that don't mean all they see is me on stage. They don't know behind that wall. I'm having to tell myself, because being anointed don't mean you don't go through nothing. Being anointed means you go through what people go through. You just don't come out how they come out. I wish I had 5 survivors who can say, as anointed as I am, I done been broke like you, half crazy like you, stressed out like you. Well, how you still standing? Because I'm anointed. Watch this. They reach Jericho, and Jesus and his disciples left town. Watch this. But a large crowd followed them. A blind beggar. Did you put that in your notes? A blind beggar named Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. All right, this is critical. So what does that mean? He's a beggar. It's Passover season. Ooh, I wish I had a Baptist church today, because it's just certain words you can say in a Baptist church that'll tear church up. It's Passover season, right? And so Bartimaeus is a beggar. He knew that Christians would have to pass through Jericho. Bartimaeus went to Jericho because he knew the Christians would have to pass through Jericho. And Christians were more apt to give to beggars than people who weren't kind. So even though he blind and he broke, he had enough sense to get in the right position. Y'all do not hear me. Y'all don't hear me. You wanna know why some of y'all gonna miss your blessing? Because you think if you ain't driving, you ain't going. I'm gonna say it again. Some of y'all gonna miss your blessing because you got a mindset that if I ain't driving, I ain't going. Okay, I was at a record label, so all these record labels trying to sign you, Pastor, right? The last album we did, I've been doing all this stuff independent to the point now where all the labels, it's getting crazy. We go to Nashville, labels say stop by the label. We go to the label, they got LED walls. My picture on them looking like this. Welcome, Pastor Mike Jr. All the people, it's like they briefed everybody. I walk in the room, hey, Pastor Mike, oh, I love, they bringing out songs, don't nobody even, I remember Blessed, like you don't remember Blessed. And they shaking my hand, they got t-shirts, they, oh man, you're a top priority. Oh, we're gonna do this with you, Coca-Cola. And they rolling out the red carpet, right? And I'm fired up, I'm walking through like, oh my goodness, oh wow. Oh my, wow, y'all got a Starbucks in here? Oh wow, like all the art, man, how you doing? Welcome to the family. And they boom, 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 boom. And we sitting in there, and so they talking to me, and we done been to a couple of them now. And so I was in one of them, and they talking to me, but I'm kind of cool now. I'm like, yeah, I just don't know, man. You know, it's not really about me. You know, my life's not about me, you know, and it's, you know, it's about everybody. You know, I just wanted the people around me to be blessed. I don't know where the guy said, oh man, we believe in Da Vinci. And I look at Da Vinci, and Da Vinci said, oh yeah, we believe in Da Vinci. Da Vinci, yeah, we love the whole Black Sheep. We like the Black Sheep family, and we believe in Da Vinci. Oh, Da Vinci, that song you have was absolutely incredible. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just looking, then I'm just sitting there looking, so they hit me back, hey, we just saw the release, him and Da Vinci and Just Cordell did. Man, we could do wonders with that in our system. And I'm sitting in there, I'm like, oh my God, when you in position, it's gonna hit you in a minute. When you in position, some of y'all gonna miss your blessing, because sometimes the favor is tied to proximity. I'm finna preach if you receive it. I'm finna preach if you receive it. When we get to Orlando in the tour, Terrell said, if you got some time, we can go to Disney World. They're gonna show you around and do everything. I said, man, I can't afford that on this trip. This is a business trip. He said, no, I know the person up there. They told me that if you wanna come, they're just gonna do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. See, that wasn't my favor. That was his favor. Because in a real relationship, proximity means there's gonna be times when I open the door. But then it's gonna be times when you open the door. But if you too prideful and out of position, you're gonna miss the season where a door could have been open for you. Because position. All my athletes, I can tell if I'm gonna beat you off the line off your position. If I walk up on you and your hands down here, because that's what everybody do on Instagram, I know you jammed. Because your first move gonna have to be here. Which means if I walk up on you and your hands here, you out of position. First thing I can do is boom. Which means no, first thing, I gotta be my position. My posture matters. Did you catch what I just said? You. You wanna know what really grinds my gears? What really grinds my gears is that you still keep missing and falling for the same trick. God be blessing. You in position. He sends a distraction, the devil. You get out of position to go tell somebody about themselves. Don't realize the devil knew he couldn't stop you. He just needed to pull you. I ain't got but 20 minutes. Listen to me. I don't care what's going on in your family. Don't get out of position. Yeah. It's something God finna do through you for your whole bloodline. You felt that? You can't get out of position. We were in one city, and the way the church was set up, every time we walked out our dressing room, the door would lock. I would go take a picture, come back, boom, we locked out. Stand in the hallway the whole time, waiting on the janitor guy to come back and open the door. Finally, we got smart. You got to be from Ansley, West End, or the East Side to catch this. We said, no, we're not going to keep waiting on him. Just put something in position. If you put something in position, the door can't lock. You think God blessed you for you to get through the door and leave everybody else behind you? People would treat you better if they knew God blessed you so you could stay in position so it wouldn't lock up for nobody else. I'm not preaching to everybody, only 3 door stoppers who can be like, nah, I'm staying in position so everything connected to me can be what God. Look at this. He positioned himself for a blessing. So I want you to put this in your notes. I've said it once, but I want to put a twist on it. It's the principle of the place. Now listen to me when I say this. My well-being and welfare is not just determined by who I am, but equally impacted by where I am. It's the principle of the place. My well-being and my welfare is not just determined by who I am. It is equally impacted by where I am. You get two kids, place them in two different environments. They will become two different people based off of the environment. That's why I work as hard as I do. That's why I partner with our mayor to make sure we provide scholarships for every school, for student we can in the inner school system, Birmingham school system, because it makes no sense. Because my boys go to a Hoover school system, because of where they're positioned, they get more opportunities. People would treat you better if they knew you had to grow. Say that better. People would treat you better if they knew you were a rose that grew out of concrete. I'm talking if you receive that. Mama, do you feel what I'm saying? People would treat you better if they realized all that you are now. You don't have a clue what I could have been if I didn't have to fight through my environment. I'm preaching to some of y'all. Hear me when I say this. Who you are is enhanced or damaged by the place. You catch that? You catch that? It's some places, as fun as they are, you can't go. Watch this, because it ain't a sin to be in it. I'm just afraid of what the place can cause you. I'm preaching whether y'all receive it or not. Why, Pastor Mike? Put this in your phone, put this in your notes. In 2024, I need a tour guide, not a travel agent. Michael, I need a tour guide, not a travel agent. See, a travel agent books you a flight and books you a trip to a place they don't plan on coming with you. A tour guide is in the jungle with you, like, keep your hands in the gate. No, that's a tiger right there. He will eat you. Stop playing with me. No, come back in the boat. Don't touch that leaf. That's poisonous. See, many of us keep failing because we didn't have people in our life who would go through it with us. Oh my God. And when we don't apply pressure appropriately, we believe that dead places can bring life. What I'm telling you is, you got to apply pressure. If you don't, you're going to keep trying to get something out of a dead situation. It's applying pressure. It's applying pressure. T, come here, T. It's applying pressure. Life hit T, boom, he collapsed. Boom, T collapsed. Do I got a nurse in here? Is there a nurse anywhere? I got a nurse. You a nurse, baby girl? You don't mind helping me? Can you come help me? Will you help? Come on, girl. Come, I need a nurse. Girl, he collapsed. She coming right there, mama. She collapsed. Help her. He collapsed. Girl, come on, help him. Help him. Girl. Oh Lord. He collapsed. You're a nurse, right? You sure you're a nurse? You're a nurse. Okay. Come. Oh Lord. Okay. You sure you're a nurse? Okay. You're not pretending to be a nurse. You qualified to handle these situations. You qualified and licensed. You better stop letting people who pretended to be your man act like your man. Pretended to be a friend, act like your friend. I don't need just anybody. The question I'm asking this year is, are you qualified and you're licensed? Do you know? So, okay, he collapsed. I gotta apply CPR. Wait. Okay, so wait. What I need to do?
So the first thing we gotta do.
Okay.
We gotta make sure that we don't press too hard up here. We don't want to crush.
I don't want to press too hard. Where?
Not up here, because we don't want to crush up here. So we gotta get right here and not.
So I have to apply pressure to the right area. Because if I apply pressure to the wrong place, I'ma break something that wasn't even broken. That's why some of y'all frustrated, because you got people applying pressure to areas of your life that wasn't even broken in the first place. If you don't do nothing else for me this year, if you gonna help me in this. I got that. Look at your neighbor and shout, apply pressure. Okay, wait, so how my hands need to be? Okay, so help me. Does that matter?
It matters.
No, I'm good. I got it. Excuse me. I'm good. Thank you. I'm gonna just do it like this. Huh?
No.
Why? We good.
You can injure other places.
How my hands need to be?
They need to be together. Because remember, this is going to support it.
So apart.
No. Together.
I gotta be locked in.
Yeah.
Friendships don't work like this. Relationships don't work like this. If we gonna work, we gotta be locked in. I don't know who you sitting next to, but grab your neighbor and shout, lock in. I need you to grab your person, tell them lock in. Now pull them and say, get your money, get your peace, get your joy, get your favor, get your growth. This year I am applying. Somebody shout pressure. Lock in. Let me free you. All my couples, y'all gonna have to have a hard conversation today. What we doing? Because I can't be locked and you ain't locked. If I'm saying I'm saving money and you spending money, eventually you gonna run out. Then I'm gonna have to take what I was saving to fix yours. But if I say no, then you're gonna treat me like I'm not worth nothing. So let's go ahead and have a conversation right now. Are we in? Oh my God, are we locked in? Look at your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, I'm trying to be churchy, but I'm just a little bit too ratchet. So tell him from Ratchet chapter 2 verse 3, if I'm locked in, ain't no switching up. I'm sorry. Pray for me. I'm sorry. I wish I had 1,000 people in the church and 1,000 people online who would just jump up, shout, type, pressure. Oh, I gotta get out of here. All right, so apply pressure to the right place. Right place, right? Because I don't want to break his ribs. Okay, show me. I got a question. Last service, the girl told me to do this.
You can do this.
It's 2 methods.
But make sure you work together.
It is 2 methods, which means 2 strategies. One season you may be here. One season you may be, whether you here or here. Both of them require you being. Am I preaching? Am I preaching? Act like it then. Rock City ain't got no love for Pastor Mike. Rock City ain't got no love for Pastor Mike. Let it be known then. Look, so you gotta be. I felt like death row for a quick second. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. What?
You gotta get down.
No. What? I can do it from right here.
No, you gotta come down.
In order to properly apply pressure, I can't be afraid. Father, I stretch my hand. See, how you gonna apply pressure but you afraid to get in God's presence? I'm so tired of begging Christians who ain't got a prayer life, ain't got a worship life. If you want it, apply. Okay, where I need to be? Right here? Right here? In between his lungs?
You cannot push on his sternum.
Sternum, okay.
His sternum, but you need to come
Right here. How many?
You wanna do 2? You gonna sing. Staying alive.
Stay alive. Did you catch that? Don't think everything you do is a party. No, because while you kicking it, he on the verge of losing it. That's why certain people gonna respect you later, because they gonna realize I couldn't kick it with you now because I was trying to kick something. If you let me make it, I'll be able to come back. I'm getting tired. Yes, I need to tap in. You gonna tap in for me? Okay, so what I need to do? Keep going? You can swing when we switch. Ready? Ready? One. Okay, there you go. Okay, woo. I carried us the first 6 months. You hold it down the next 6 months. Okay, all right, I'm ready, boom. I paid the bills this month, boom. You get the bills next month. See, you got too many parasites in your life who all they do is take. Look at your neighbor and tell them you ain't got to shout right here. I brought enough praise for everybody in my section, because when I apply pressure, dead stuff gotta get back up again. I'm giving you 30 seconds. I need you to shout like your money coming back, like your peace coming back, like your joy coming back, like your fire coming back. Slap your neighbor high five and shout, it's coming back. T, can we get there? It's a blind beggar named Bartimaeus sitting by the roadside. When he heard that Jesus was passing by. Wait, he on the side of the road, and he heard. His eyes don't work, Michael, but his ears work. Boy, I'm in my bag today, bro. His eyes don't work, but his ears work. You so busy crying about what don't work, when if you would just lock in on what does work. Michael, look at this. His ears work, and he hears something. The Bible don't tell me what he heard. What do Jesus passing by sound like? Is it his footsteps? Whoosh, whoosh. Or did out of nowhere the conversation around him change? Where we going to eat? So-and-so. Girl, I can't believe she wore that. Oh, it's going down in Nazareth. Is that Jesus? Jesus. You know the one. The one who was healing the girl. Remember the girl who was sick? And that's the one that brought Lazarus out the grave. Jesus, he opened blind eyes. He healed the sick. That's why hang around me long enough. My conversation gonna motivate you. No, I don't spend time talking about people. I spend time talking about what God can do through people. Oh, I'm preaching to 3 of y'all. The text says, when he heard, I mean, Jesus, he missed this moment. Jesus, gone. He heard Jesus passing by. He began to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. I want to pause and parenthetically digress. Everybody's calling Jesus' name. So he had to take his praise to another level, which lets me know, put this in your notes, he is an educated praiser. Because everybody said Jesus. On the count of 3, say Jesus. Ready, go. Jesus, Son of David. Y'all missed it. Everybody's calling him Jesus. He says, I'm gonna call you Son of David. What does that mean, Pastor Mike? Son of David was his messianic title. Don't be scared of that word, messianic, root word Messiah. That's what the people who called him Son of David knew who he really was. I'm not just calling you Jesus, what your mama called you. I'm calling you the one who's gonna die, go to the grave, take the keys back, but you don't stay dead. You get back up with all power in your hand. Now look at this, I need you to catch this. Verse 47 calls him Jesus of Nazareth. Michael, Jesus of Nazareth. Why did he do that? Baby boy, because Jesus was a common name. Everything about Jesus' life was made common to prove to you that God can do uncommon stuff through common people. He wasn't born in a hospital. He was born out back with animals. He wasn't raised rich. He was raised poor. His name is Jesus. That's the most common name in that time. Every city had 3 or 4 Jesuses, which is why they called him Jesus of Nazareth, because people had his name but couldn't do what he did. You can dress like me, talk like me, walk like me, swag like me, look like me, but if you ain't got the oil, it's not gonna work. He shout, Jesus,
Son of David, have mercy on me.
do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Son of David,
Uh-oh. You hear that?
Son of David.
You hear that because ain't nobody else talking. Look at your neighbor and tell him what you're gonna do when you leave here. Tell him real quick, tell him, come on, tell him something. Tell your neighbor something. Do you see that? You see that? You can barely hear him now, right? Y'all give me 1 second. Many of you keep feeling inadequate because you got people in your life who making noise when you trying to make a sound. And noisy people drown out what you're trying to accomplish. People around him, I gotta go. I gotta go. People around him, hey, shh, hey, be quiet. That's what the scripture says. It's on the screen. Hey, shh. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Be quiet now. Hey. Verse 48 says they were sternly telling him to be quiet. Shut up. You are embarrassing us. Shut up. But the people telling him to shut up got what he want. He blind, they can see. You better stop letting people tell you to stop wanting what you want. You already got yours. You should be celebrating with me. And since you won't help me, I'm gonna keep applying press. Am I preaching to anybody? Hey, calm down. No, be quiet. Come on. Yeah. Wait. No. Come. Hey. This. Oh my God. Hey, bro. Hey, how y'all doing? We good over here. We rather act like we got it together than admit we don't have it together. See, this is why your circle keep walking away from you. But you would overflow. Y'all better overflow. Y'all better listen to me. See, because I'm the type of person who ain't gonna do this. Be quiet. I'm the type of person. Oh, that's what we doing?
Son of David.
This what we doing?
Yes, son of David.
In front of all these people.
Son of David.
Son of David! Son of David! Son of David! If you look crazy, I look crazy. If you want it, I want it for you. If you trying to get it, I'ma help you get it. I wish I had somebody who would just shout, everybody around me winning, Son of David. That's why, Mike, that's why you gotta be careful. It's 2 types of people in your life. If a fight break out, they gonna ask what happened. I'm not a what happened type person. We'll figure out what happened when we get in the car. If you swing, I swing. I'm the type of friend that'll punch your mama and be like, I thought it was serious, I'm sorry. Look at your neighbor and say, don't mess around and praise around me. Because if I see you holler, I might just holler. If I see you shout, I might just shout. Let everything. I gotta get out of here. I've been shut up.
Son of David.
He says, have mercy, Jesus. I gotta go. Just have mercy. He don't ask for grace. He asks for mercy. He said, I know I ain't worth nothing. Grace and mercy ain't the same thing. Mercy means I'm guilty of whatever they said. I did it. I'm wrong. But if you love me enough, just help me this time. I wish I had 7 folk who can put your pride aside and just shout mercy. That God, I'm guilty of whatever they said. Forget that, but I shout mercy. And Jesus says, he says, verse 49, he looks at him and he's like, right? When Jesus heard, he stopped. He shouts, what?
Son of David, have mercy on me.
He stops. Nowhere in the scripture does Jesus turn around. There are other stories that say, and Jesus turned to the woman and said, Jesus walking. He heard it, looks at his crew and says, tell him, come here. You know how boss you gotta be to have somebody yelling at you over here, but you never address the person who need it. You address the people on your squad. Some of y'all mad at God because you prayed, but then God didn't answer your prayer because you think he's not gonna answer it because he ain't talk to you. Sometimes God ain't got time to talk to you. He's talking to the person who's gonna make it happen for you. Michael, come here, Xander, come here, hurry up, run. And he looks at him, run. And Jesus is walking, right? He's walking out of nowhere. They walking, and he turns to him and says, hey, go tell him, come here. I need him. And he go. And they run over here, and they tell him, no, look what he says. He says, cheer up. Jesus Christ. You can't go to God angry. He said, I want you to do this. First thing I need you to do is change your posture. I know people been ignoring you. I know folk left you hanging. I'm not them. I'm not gonna bless you because you got an attitude. I'm gonna bless you because your heart showed me you in the right position. He says, it's scripture, verse 49, he says, come on. He's calling you. Look at verse 50. I need you to catch this. Verse 50, Bartimaeus threw aside his coat. I'm finna run. Forget y'all. Pause. And he jumped up. Go back down. Why did he throw his coat off? Because beggars had to wear sort of like a beggar's garment. So when he threw his coat off, he took off his identity. I'm not coming to you as a beggar. I'm coming to you as I am. When I pray, I don't say, Lord, it's me, Pastor Mike Jr. You think he cared about my title? I don't go to God as a pastor. That's a coat. I go to him as Mike and say, God, it's me. Oh my goodness. It's 12 minutes. 12 minutes ago, I told you, don't forget that he's a blind, which made sense now that you see how he wouldn't stop. Because God will use what people labeled you as to train you for the season when God get ready to come. Michael! Look what he says. He threw aside his coat. He jumped up. And he came to Jesus. It may take a while, but I'm waiting on you. And when he gets to Jesus, Jesus says to him, watch this, what do you want me to do for you? Can I ask you a question? If Jesus asked you right now, what do you want him to do? I would argue 90% of the room wouldn't know what to say. Because half your prayer is materialistic. Michael! Let him ask me, Mike, what you want me to do for you? Cover my babies. If you don't give me another dime, if you don't give me nothing else, everything that's on their heart, God, just bless them. I just want to see. So you get to a point where you realize joy for you ain't you doing it. That's for 6 parents who get anxiety every time your child leave the house. Like, God, let them get there safely. Cover them, keep them, bless them, protect them. Let their dreams manifest. He says, what you want me to do for you? He says, I want to see. He a beggar. All this time he been asking folks for money, for food. But when he get in the right presence, Watch this. If you open my eyes, I can get my own money. Hey, boy, if you open my eyes, I get my own money. I can get my own food. That's why some of you get a bad rep. I hate when people say something like they always begging. You know how much pride I had to let go to ask you for something? No, he says, and Jesus says to him, thank you, X. He says to him, he says, go, for your faith, listen to me, has healed you. Instantly, the man could see. It's critical. It's critical. It's critical. So I'm going to show you something. He's blind. I'm going to show you something. You ready for this? The last brother who was blind, he put mud on his eyes. Jesus don't touch him. Because every miracle ain't identical. The way he do it for you ain't going to necessarily be the way he... God don't specialize in cookie cutter breakthroughs. Look what he says. He said, tell me what you want. You want to see. Go. Your faith has healed you. Your faith. Your faith has healed you. Look what it says. Instantly, I'm finna pause. I be needing like, and one day God gonna bless us with a church big enough where I can preach 3 hours. I be needing all 3 hours because my brain is just in overload. I ain't never seen that before, D. Like, look at, I'm gonna see if y'all see it. Look at this. And Jesus said to him, go, your faith has healed you. All right, I'm gonna see which word make y'all shout. Instantly. Instantly. Nope, that ain't what made me shout. Which one? He followed. Nope, 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 nope. Who, huh? Your what? No. Huh? Nope. All right, all y'all wrong, be quiet, just be quiet, all of you wrong. He said all of it. Watch this. I'm gonna read it. And Jesus said to him, go, your faith has healed you. Instantly, here's what blessed me. The man. Because when we met him, they didn't call him no man. They call him, that's blind, begging, Bartimaeus. But deliverance makes people see you for who you really. I am not what I did. I am not who I used to be. Instantly, the man could see. And he, watch this. Jesus tells him, man, you can go. But he's like, nah, wherever you go, I'm applying. Can I ask you a question? I'm going home on this part. You ready? Close your eyes. What you see? What color is it? It's considered what? Darkness. Open your eyes. You get light. Close your eyes. Darkness. Open your eyes. Light. If he's blind, all this time all he sees is what? Which makes sense when he opens his eyes, he follows. He like, nah, now that my eyes are open, this ain't nothing but darkness anyway. I just want to see the light. Every person stand to your feet with me. In overflow, stand to your feet with me, don't leave. Even if you're watching at home, stand up in your den. I mean this, it means a lot to me. Take somebody by the hand, everybody holding somebody's hand. I'm applying pressure today. You may be here and you don't know Jesus. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I ever did. I mean that. Best thing I ever did. Plans go left. Things don't always work out. God has been the most consistent part of my life. If you're in this room and you don't know Jesus and you want to get saved today, just squeeze your neighbor's hand. Maybe you're in this room and you saved, but you slipping. Maybe you're in overflow, you saved, but you slipping. Watching online, you saved, but you slipping. Before the pandemic, I got baptized in front of my whole church in Forestdale because I wanted to show my church just because I'm the pastor don't mean sometimes I don't need another dip. Let me free you. A hoopty and a Bentley both need oil changes. Which means it's possible to be saved and your transmission slip. Sometimes life be life, man. If you in this room online in overflowing, Pastor Mike, I'm saved, but I've been slipping. Just squeeze your neighbor's hand. Just comment, hands up in the comments. We want to pray with you. Father, you had somebody squeeze your hand, just lift it high. I pray for every hand lifted. I speak by faith, God, that you will give them a fresh start and a new beginning. God, like the psalmist said, create in us a clean heart. God, now that I'm 40, that just means so much more to me because he didn't ask for a new heart. He said, just clean the one I got. Creating me a clean heart and renewing me a steadfast spirit. God, I come against distractions. I come against hurt. I come against anxiety. I come against pain. I come against this pressure that some of us can't even quantify that makes us feel like we running behind schedule. You know, it's this pressure that makes us feel like we got to get it. We are on pace, God. God, I thank you right now that you're giving us what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. I come against all physical ailments, pains and body aches, sickness and disease. I come against mental and emotional anxieties and different proclivities, past traumas and trauma bonds and the things that hold us back. Father, in the name of Jesus, our answer will forever be yes. Yes to your will, yes to your word, and yes to your way. Now, devil, I know you eavesdropping, and you're going to send a distraction this evening. I plead the blood of Jesus from the top of our heads down to the soles of our feet. I am a prayer warrior. I am a giver. I am a tither. I am consistent. I am focused. I will produce. This is the strongest year of my life. It's in Jesus' name. Somebody give God your best praise right there. Before you leave, let me make this announcement. If you're watching online, watching in the room, watching in overflow, I told you guys, your pastor crazy. Who can look at me and just tell he a little crazy? Anybody? Who want to invite me to the barbecue tomorrow? Because you know it'll be fun. Anybody? Hear me. Your pastor pulled a crazy move. All of this was wild. Hear me. They wanted millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for all this stuff, churches and all this stuff. I just had crazy faith. I said, you know what? We're going to make this thing happen. It's so crazy that when I entered into the deal for all this stuff, I started fixing stuff like it's already ours. Devil is a liar. I'm excited. Last Sunday, I was on my way to church and the plane just wouldn't start. They brought us off the plane, did all this other stuff. I tried to find somebody with a plane. I got to get to my church. I'm finna get fired. I've been going 4 weeks. And I felt like God, it's something about 40. I don't know what it is. You just get a peace about stuff. I was like, God, I want my dad to preach today. And with the word my dad gave, just Jesus. I got a blessed family, man. I mean that. Monday when we get to Birmingham, I'm tired. And those who know me know I kind of got certain physical conditions where after a while my body almost stop moving, like bones, and I can barely move. And I was hurting. Tiffany called me. She said, "You busy?" I was like, "I'm tired, not today." She said, "Oh, I thought your hand would work at least." And you know me, I'm a hypochondriac. I was like, "Was it something? Did they not tell me something?" She was like, "No, it's just some papers they want you to sign." I was like, "What papers?" She was like, "I got good news. The banks, everybody called. We have officially purchased not just this building, the whole dorms next door, the football fields. It's a done deal, y'all." Hey! So let me tell you the vision. You can leave that up right there. So what you see now is close to 100,000 square feet, all that parking lot, all the recreational fields in the back, them hours too. If you look right here, these dorms right here, we closed the deal on those dorms right there. So let me show you something. Take, for instance, my family who came from North Carolina, Ohio. Say if you're all my virtual members, say you want to come to church and, you know, I want to be a blessing. My dream is for this first dorm right here, the one that's right there by the entrance. What we want to do with that one is we want to fix it, renovate it. I know it may not be a 5-star hotel, but a strong Holiday Inn type, a strong Comfort Inn. Hey, is that all right, girl? Just a strong, we won't have no room service, but a couple snacks. So my dream is, this is my dream. We got people who watch from all over the world, and being on tour has gave me a deeper appreciation for the people in other states who call this their church. So my dream is, not only did we close the deal on all that, the president of the banks told us, they said, Pastor Mike, you are hands down one of the most responsible leaders we have ever seen. How we manage our finances, how we do certain things. People with a church our size makes a whole lot of money. They saw my payroll, it was like, you all right? I was like, for me, I just always felt like if I honored God, he would do the rest. You know? So hear me when I say this. Not only did we close the deal on all this stuff, watch this, y'all. This is so crazy. They gave us close to $500,000 drawer, so they're gonna give us a construction budget to fix the dorms right there, y'all. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. That second dorm, we're gonna do something called a create house, because I always wanted space for my entrepreneurs to get offices. I want the kids to get out of school and be able to come up there and hang out, all that. So it's 96 dorms. We're about to start working on that and putting in permits to start fixing that. You see number 3? Well, we found out it was a whole house and more land connected to all the property. So we own that house and all that land right there too, y'all. Also, I got some more news for you. Remember that church in Central Park? Paid that off in full this week right there. So I'm excited about it, Dre. So pause that for me, Dre. That's right there. If you can pause that shot, that church right there is right there on Bessemer Superhighway. It was given to us because I wanted to save the school. So we saved the school, but that building right there, it was a mess. You know, I never spoke about it publicly because I'm just not that type of person. Whatever decision I make, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. But that building was horrible. It's in horrible condition. No matter what I do, if we fix one thing, it break everything else. So we were able to pay that building off. That open cement area, the parking lot area, that's Bessemer Superhighway, right? That's like owning property on Boardwalk if you play Monopoly. So we're getting calls from all type of developers who want to put a strip mall there. They want to put houses right there in the grass, yada, yada, yada. I'm not sure what we're going to do. My heart is more so for people. So I need you praying. We're going to start putting together some type of business team in our church to help us make good decisions, because from my heart, there's so much in Ainsley. I grew up around the corner from this place. I would love to some kind of way renovate the functional side of it and almost have like an incubator hub for business owners on that side of town. So we're doing all that we can. So I'm so excited about that. Here's the great part. We didn't have to stand up and raise extra offerings. I didn't have to put the thermometer on the screen. Everybody just did their part. So I just want to say thank you for that. So sometimes when you see your pastor all over the world doing this right here, I be working, man, making sure our school can be paid for. I'm excited about that. We were able to bless all of our students. I'm going to say this. Rock City Prep may be one of the coldest Christian schools in the country. My kindergartners probably can outread your 5th graders. And that's not a slight. I'm telling you, we kept the classes small so each student can get exactly what they need. So if you have a child and you don't know what you're going to be doing this summer, we're doing some enrichment programs. I'm not sure if we're doing them here. I'm going to make it this. We're going to try to do them in both places. I got enough teenagers who we can help. You figure that out. I'll let y'all figure that part out. But they got teenagers who sitting at home this summer. Who got teenagers sitting at home this summer? We can give them some type of stipend to come do something with the kids. I'm going to figure that part out. But hear me, there's some great things happening at this church, and I just want to tell you thank you for letting me be the leader that God called me to be. Number two, I want to say thank you personally for y'all letting me go on a tour. And I know people will say, you grown, ain't nobody let you do nothing. No, your church vote whether you like it or not. Had y'all stopped coming, that tour would have been canceled on the second week. Pastor Mike, John chapter 5, verse 6. Come on, let's give God praise. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hear horror stories like pastors can do this, can't do that. Y'all, I really believe y'all love me just for who I am, and that means the world to me. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Keep me in your prayers. I'm going to be right back here Sunday, I believe. I'm excited about it. We got it worked out now to where no matter where I'm at in the world, they getting me back for church. So thank y'all for giving me them first weeks to figure out how to do all this stuff. Thank you so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Were you blessed today? Amen, man. Thank you so much. One of my members gave me the best compliment, but I think it was a diss at the same time. She said, I told somebody, my pastor, T.D. Jakes and Frankie Beverly. I was like, what? I'm like, all right, cool. Give me a white hat and a white linen outfit now. So God, our answer will forever be yes. Yes to your will, yes to your word, yes to your way. I pray for travelers' grace and arrivals' mercy. God, I pray a simple prayer, and that's, Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. It's in Jesus' name we pray. And everybody said, we're throwing it to you guys. I love you so much. We are.
The deal is done.
Hallelujah.
The
Yes,
deal
the
is done. We're still celebrating.
done. Rock City, if you're excited to have Pastor Mike back in the building, once again, let me hear you make some noise.
Yeah.
Online, nearly 10,000 people
Yes.
were tuned in worldwide. It shows that we are truly loving God, loving people, and making a difference in a real way. What stood out to you from today's message?
First of all, it was so incredible. Like everybody else, welcome back, Pastor Mike. But it was the way he talked about the message. And I love the fact he talked about even after he got his sight,
Yeah.
he still followed Jesus.
Yes.
And I love the way he broke it down, because he said a lot of times we praying and we're applying pressure when we don't get the blessing, but then once we get the blessing, we stop applying pressure.
Yeah.
But I love the fact he said, no, listen, even after you get it, you got to do whatever it took to get it, to keep it. And so that was a blessing to me. And the entire service, just the whole energy,
Oh,
to
my
see people,
goodness.
the lives that were changed. I still love seeing my teenagers, the young people in the
Yes.
front over there,
Yes, God.
representing for Jesus Christ in a major
Yes.
way as well.
Absolutely. Rock City is truly a special place. What we're seeing is that the blessing isn't just on our Valleydale location, but also what he's doing through Rock City Prep.
Yeah.
We are literally transforming and equipping the next generation. And so don't forget that there is a summer enrichment program that is happening. You should see the information on the screen for more information. Listen, so much coming down the pipeline. We won't host Rockefellers this Monday, but we'll see you the first Monday in June for team night. You can text iServe to 28950. That's iServe to 28950 for more information. Don't forget that Summer Games at Rock City is going down. You can text City Groups to 28950. That's City Groups to 28950.
Absolutely. And family, don't forget, we're really excited. Our pastor's still on tour. So if he's coming this weekend, he'll be in South Carolina. So if you want to go to the tour, get your tickets on IGottaWayTour.com for the rest of the dates. Check out the rest of the dates. And then if you want your merch, you go to therockcity.org. www.therockcity.org. Get your tour merch, I Got Away. And let's continue to keep our pastor lifted. Now, maybe you're watching, you say, you know what? Something happened today. I felt a tug in my spirit. I want to give my life to Christ. I want to be a part of the Rock City family. I believe God is calling Pastor Mike Jr. to be my pastor. Text the word HOME to 28950. That's HOME to 28950. And Pastor talked about the deal is done. The deal is done because you're continuing to be faithful in your giving. He said we ain't have to do no bake sales. We ain't have to put that thermometer where we raising money. It's just because of your generosity. So if you're giving today, how can they do that?
you can text I rock the amount to 28950. I rock the amount to 28950. What I appreciate is when you give, you are giving through a vision that God has given our man of God. He's already talked about the dorms and what his vision is there for Central Park and what God is leading him to do there. So this is good ground, y'all. Get some seed in the ground. Mark this day. I believe that today is going to be one of the best days of your life. It's going to be the strongest year of our life. I'm walking in it.
We're confessing it. And one of the ways it's going to happen is because we got Devo Energy this week.
That's right.
Don't forget to log in. We're going to be growing together this week. So Devo Energy, 7:21 a.m. Central Standard Time. Family, we love you. God bless you. Until next time, peace. Man, y'all take us out.